Sitting at a different spot today. Just soaking up beautiful air here. Beautiful breeze. Lovely evening. Different vibe than what you're used to. Good spot. Just got myself a cafe chocolato and a Coke. Coke Zero. It's a lovely evening. The weather around this time of year is always really beautiful, comfortable. Doing the Palm 514. Actually gotta move because there's an old couple there. They just sat down for food and I'm smoking. I'll move far away from them. These are some of my favorite spots in Venice. They're away from the crowds, relaxing. That's not a canal out there, that's Giudecca. It's a lot more, it's a lot wider than a canal. Right next to me is a big church here where they have weddings. Lovely weddings. Was one there just the other day. He's stylish. Probably on our way out to the film fest. I think Liddy saw the new Kate Blanchett film today and a couple of others. It's a nice relaxing spot here. Yeah, that's this church here. You can see some of the side there. It's beautiful, right on the water. And the bride and groom come out to the crowds, throwing confetti here. And then they walk up onto that platform and shoot off on a boat. It's really nice. My cafe chocolato. Quick Toscano. Because life is hard, Who we got in the room? Franco, how easy is it to get watches from AD? It's a bit easier for me because I've bought a lot of watches over the years. Same rules apply all around the world, my friend. King Turtle, black or green? I just saw the black recently. I was sitting in the piazza and a viewer came over. He was from, where was he from? Iceland or Norway or something? Anyway, he had just bought the King Turtle black. Around the corner, there's a Seiko authorized dealer here. And it's great. I know I go on about the green a lot, but I gotta say the black's beautiful. Black is fantastic. you think about Charlie, the Honest Watch Dealer Luxury Company? You know, when I first saw that guy's channel, I thought, what an awful name, the Honest Watch Dealer. Like, the fact that you have to. It's like when you're a little kid and you're playing hide and seek, or you're hiding something, and you stand in front of the door and go, "It's not here, it's not behind me. It's no, look elsewhere." You know, it's like you're giving away like the honest watch dealer, as opposed to what? Like, I just thought that name was pretty silly and very unfortunate. But I actually think he's a sweet guy. I've watched a few of his episodes. I think he's a sweet guy. I don't know anything about him or his history. I see all the tattoos, and I'm sorry, but maybe I'm just a judgmental prick. But when I see a shitload of tattoos, I get a little weary. But he seems like a gentleman, and he started upping his game recently with his channel. He started like getting a camera crew in and doing kind of day in the life in the office. They have a beautiful office out in the British countryside somewhere. And I actually sent him compliments, going, you know what, that's, you know, you're doing quality stuff now. You've upped your game. And he thanked me for that. I don't know what to. He seems like a decent bloke. He really does. But look, they all seem like decent blokes until you find out they aren't, right? But that's all I know for now. And I find some of his episodes kind of entertaining when he's trying to get people watches, or he has customers coming over. You know, I don't have anything bad to say about the guy. Seems decent. I hope I don't regret saying that. You know how these things can go. Brad, good afternoon, Oisín. I see you were wearing your new Pam on the burgundy strap. Yes. Love the colour of the strap, says Chang. Hi from Canada. I've been waiting 5 years for Steel Skydweller on the Jubilee. Getting impatient. Well, do you have a purchase history? Have you bought other watches? Have you ever bought a two-tone from them? You know, taking a two-tone off their hands that they can't sell, or a solid gold piece that they have difficulty selling. You know? The ladies are dressed up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's top shelf. Beautiful. There's lots of eye candy around here, fellas. It depends on how much you purchased. Like, did you just decide that that's your first Rolex and you want to put yourself on the list? Listen, if you want a black dial Skydweller, or a two-tone Skydweller, or a white dial Skydweller on the Oyster, you won't have to wait as long. But if you want one on the Jubilee with the green or the blue, and you have no spend history, or very little spend history, don't tell me you bought a Tudor once, or you've bought one Rolex from them. You know, you can't expect. You have to remember how many other people are also looking for that watch, and they spend more money than you, and they've got a longer history than you. So, I mean, there's tons of details. It's a hard thing to answer when there's... Yes, lots of purchase history. Okay. So you've been waiting 5 years. Let me ask you something, man. During those 5 years, I mean, maybe not back in the spike in 2022 or 2021. Well, I can understand maybe avoiding it then, because that was crazy. But that was only a few months anyway. During those 5 years, did it never occur to you that maybe you should just go to the grey market, buy a brand new one with stickers on it and everything, brand new card, just pay the premium? No? Waiting 5 years, huh? I saw a meme earlier on Instagram, and Young man in his bed with his hands behind his back of his head, all happy, going, next year I'll definitely get that watch. And then he's in his 50s. Next year I'll definitely get. And then he's an old man in the same bed. Next year I'll get. And then it's just R.I.P. Just a gravestone. Yes, you're thinking about going grey. Well, now's a good time to do it, right? The market has come back down to earth. I believe the blue dial on the Jubilee can be found. I don't know what currency you use, but here it can be found for around 20, 21. Am I wrong? I had one. I had one for a long weekend. Simone gave it to me. He was going away for the weekend, and he just got it in, and he goes, wear it over the weekend, take some photos for Instagram. I think he wanted 21 for it. It was gorgeous. Big sparkly thing. What size is silver bracelet? Looks great. What size? A cross? Oh, I don't know. It's like a centimeter across. I don't know. Obviously, it's big because it's, got big wrists and all, so I have to get the biggest size when I get bracelets. But yeah, it's silver. It was like 100 and something, $120 or something. Not too much. Silver's cheap. It's gold. If I got the equivalent in gold, it would be 5,000, but four and a half. I got a beautiful one in gold, the same length, but a lot thinner. And it's 18 carat, and the bloody thing is over $2,000. Because gold is nuts right now. Gold is always more expensive. Tariffs are gone or illegal for now. He has other EOI's executive order initiatives. Is that new? Did he announce that he's dropping? Is he backpedaling on the tariffs? Doing a taco? Well, thank God for that. You should all celebrate now and eat tacos this evening. Because that 39% shit was unsustainable. The watch market doesn't need another kick in the nuts now while it's down, That could have finished it off in America. Good to hear. I hope that's true. 8mm or 10mm? Yeah, it's probably... I don't know. I'm sorry. I need to check when I get home. It's, it's definitely fairly wide. They had the big, huge things, but they were like, we sell a lot of these, but honestly, it's not elegant. It's not for you, sir. Because on my other wrist, I had the AP Royal Oak. They were like, this does not suit you, sir, this sort of thing. You should get maximum of this. He's a friend of Simone's. Simone sent me around, because Simone has a lot of stuff, but mostly gold and platinum. You get one of these in platinum, forget it. 25 grand. 20 grand. So he said, go around to me, mate, in San Bartolo. He's got a ton of stuff in steel and in silver. You'll find something nice there. It was just because I was pairing silver pieces, steel pieces or whatever on this side with the gold on the other side. It was clashing. Wasn't working. Do you still have Submariner with a date? I always thought that was the best one. A blue scarf. The sub date. No, I have a sub no date. I do not have a sub date right now. I had 6 or 7 of them at one point. It's maybe the perfect watch or the no date, depending on your preference. No, my only sub date until recently was the gold one, and now I don't have that. I have the GMT. Here we are, more information on the tariffs. The court did not halt the tariffs, but instead said they would remain in place until mid-October, setting up a further legal challenge to the US Supreme Court. God damn it. There's Sharon. 7 Canadian. Thank you, Sharon. Let me show you where I am, Sharon. You'd like to hear. Nice, calm, quiet spot. There's a bit of breeze. I hope you're not hearing too much of that on the microphone. And yes, the image is reversed when I turn this way. There's nothing I can do about it. I've tried everything. Tried all the settings. Sorry. I still have GMT Pepsi. No, I don't. I had it for a month. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. But it's not right for my wrist. It's just not me. Sometimes the watch just isn't you. It just doesn't look right on you. I remember my brother in Dublin, he put on the no date sub in steel. Perfect. Just suited everything. His aesthetic, his skin tone. He has lighter skin tone than me. And he stuck on, I had my gold sub, and he stuck it on. He's like, yeah. My mother was sitting there, and she was like, that doesn't look good on you at all. You know? Can you imagine lusting after a gold sub for years? And not that he did, I'm just saying. Can you imagine? You finally buy it, and it just doesn't suit your skin, doesn't suit your look. So the Pepsi was like that for me, gorgeous. But and also I got the call from Audemars Piguet. They were giving me a Royal Oak Offshore in green, which is much more me, and I needed it, generate some cash really quick. So I shifted the Pepsi for what I paid for it, or a little more than what I paid for it. It was gone in a matter of hours. By the way, talking about gone in a matter of hours, so I told you guys yesterday about Stephen McGonigal, one of the greatest watchmakers in the world, McGonigal Watches, Irish guy. He has this new Algram watch. Fucking thing is next level. Check them out on McGonigal Watches. And he made a Palestine one with the colors in the components on the dial, the colors of the flag, to raise money for Gaza aid. It sold within 2 hours. Sold 80 grand, 80 Swiss. That's about 90-95 in dollars. Sold like that. Stunning watch. I said to him, dude, I will review that watch for free. I'll review any of his watches for free. I don't care. He's a great guy. And he said, well, sure, let me know what you... He goes, well, that one's sold, but I'd love you to do a thing on the others. And he was like, what would that entail? And I explained to him, I need to get the watch, send it to me, ship it to me insured, and give it to me for a couple of weeks, and I'll shoot it around Venice and do the macros and do all that, and add beautiful music, Irish music probably, because it's an Irish brand. And he was like, "No, it's not going to work because all his watches sell out before they're even made. He builds them to order. They take months to make." So he's like, "I don't even have one for myself because I don't have the time to build one for myself." He sells out of his watches. The minute he announces them, he sells out. The uber rich around the world are aware of his mastery. He usually sells to people who are like heads of other watch brands and so on. So I said, well then great, you don't need my help. You don't need me to promote your or review your watch. You're doing fine. But that's a different level. The rules don't apply. There's 10 bucks from Jonathan Boyce, Scotland. Legend. How's the weather in Scotland? Legend, thanks, man. One guy got his sub date March 24, waited 3.5 years for a sub date. Wow. That's about right. I think that's about right. I think if it goes over 3 years, 3.5 years, you're probably never getting the call. A lot of guys never get the call, you know. They give up waiting and they go to the grey, which I highly recommend as long as you know you're going to a good vendor, good trustworthy grey market dealer. And move on with your life. I always recommend that. And a lot of these guys do that and stop waiting for the call, and then like a year or two later go, shit, the call never came. I'm glad I moved on because it never came, never would have come. Oh well. She's cute. I like a blonde American girl with like tan, sallow skin. Big fan. Good afternoon from SoCal. It's early. Ham looking great. Thank you. Looks nice, right? Let me show you the right way around. Good looking watch. Will the Landweller be pumped out like a date just now? I made a video all about it. Go watch it. It's called Don't Waste Your Time. I tried on 1978 gold sub purple dial in Birmingham. This is I can barely read. Sorry, my eyesight's dead. Burlington Arcade, not Birmingham. London, the weekend. They want a 50k. Well, they want a 50k because it's purple. You know, those guys. Oh, there's lots of people getting off the boat with their red ribbons on. They're all coming back from the movies. Those guys who took my sub and gave me the deal on the GMT golds. I've checked their website since and it's not on it. Now I know they were going to do some repairs because a couple of the links were a little bit. It was an older watch, so I know they were going to do a couple of altercations. So maybe that'll take time, but I have a feeling that they just put it in a vault because they were probably thinking to themselves, that's still blue, but it's beginning to go purple, and in 5 or 10 years it'll be purple and we'll get 3 times the price for it. They're probably thinking ahead. I can't blame them. Because once it goes purple, Now, let me tell you, even though it's worth a lot more when it's purple, that natural patina those old bluesies get, I wouldn't have worn it because I don't want a purple and gold watch. So I know it's collectible, but I don't care. I want to wear a watch that I like. So I would have sold it anyway. But that's 5-10 years down the road. Oh my god. 25 Danish. From Frankery. Thank you. What do I think of Omega these days? I find their latest designs rather uninspiring. Yeah, that was the big criticism of the new Railmaster, that it was like just more of the same, right? I don't know. I feel like the harder Omega try, the worse it gets. I wish they never just, went so crazy with all the different speedies, because it kind of ruined it kind of watered down the whole excitement of the speedy. You should just keep things nice and simple, do what Rolex do, and keep it minimal. Less is more kind of thing. You know? Weather's a bit shite in the west of Scotland. Malta, fantastic Panerai. I would never be able to pull the size off. Looks good. Yeah, just get the one that's right for you. Panerai have everything from 47 down to... they have ladies' watches, I think, are 38 or 39, I think. But you can get the Quaranta, which is 40. That's what Quaranta means. It means 40 millimeters. The 42s, plenty of selection in 42. Loads in 44. A few in 45. Just get the one that's right for you. I'm gonna go get my ingredients for my salad, my big salad tonight. Had one last night. Weight's falling off me like nobody's business. It's unbelievable. It's amazing when you're just consistent, the difference it can make. Just getting into a new flow. There's the 5.2. I wonder, there's probably going to be a lot of people getting off with the red ribbons around their neck. All the boats are packed. I'll stick up a video on my Instagram. Actually, the other day I got off the 6 at Piazzale Roma, and the line was... There must have been 600 people waiting for it. I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. For the film fest, because that goes out there. The 6 goes out there. See if we can spot any. On yet. No. This couple are taking a photo. Look, they've set up their camera, trying to get a nice background. This is a town that's photographed a lot. You know what's funny? Sometimes I step out of my house and there's artists There's there's a bunch of art students sitting around painting my house. I'm like, that's weird. The house is like a subject of, and the block there, it's a subject of study and art. There's the 6. A lot of boats. The 6 and the 5.2 are almost the same route. They're just stop at different stops. I notice your Pam doesn't have Pam, not Pan. Pam, like Pamela. Panerai model, Pam. Doesn't have the crown guard. No, it doesn't. It precedes that, and the Luminar will have the. This is the radio mirror. The Luminar has the big. There's one with the. I missed him. There's a couple. She has the, and she has the bag, the Biennale bag, and he has the red thing on. Look. After a long day at the different movie theaters doing press, here's another one. She's fairly senior, so she's probably in the press room actually interviewing Jude Law and people like that. And The Rock is here. He was signing autographs today. You can see the red carpet live on YouTube. Just look up, Venice Film Festival live. You can watch them all walk the red carpet if you're interested. All those kids that are on the front there getting their pictures signed and so on, they camp out all night. They sleep all night to get the front spot. They wait all day long in the sun. Most of them have umbrellas to keep the sun off their shoulders. Just to shake George Clooney's hand or whatever. Have a wonderful evening. You too, man. Best regards. Yeah, I'm just doing a short one here while I'm having some coffee. Sharon, the Pam you have is my favorite. Yeah, because it's a bit elegant and it brings elegance to the table. Panerais are, as I said in the video, people think of the Panerai as the tough, aggressive watch, which I guess it was. That's its history, but it's. I think these days Pam is more of an elegant piece. I mean, think of it, the JLC Reverso was originally a sports watch. It was for polo players and stuff. And now it's like the epitome of elegant watch. There's the Ali Laguna. That thing goes to the airport. Never take it. It makes 600 stops. It takes like an hour and a half to just get to the airport. It's horrible. It's not worth it. It's like 17, I think it's 17 euros to take it. And I often look at the big lines, sometimes horrible big lines, people lining up to take it. And I'm thinking like, why don't they just get talking to other people on the line and chip in all together with their 20 bucks each and take a taxi? Go out in style. Takes about 25 minutes, straight out to the airport. There's the 2. That's the one that goes over to the other side there, over to Giudecca. Popular boat. Nice vibe here. Hang on, I'll pour some more Coke. I'm using my Coke hand as I'll use my glasses then. That's better. Coke Zero. Jealousy is not attractive, Bob. What's wrong with Bob? Listen, guys, when you have haters and they have ugly things to say, all they're doing is they hate themselves. That's what it is. They hate their life. A person who's very comfortable in their own life doesn't have bad things to say about other people. You'll never notice like a very wealthy person or a very successful or a famous person being real bitchy and catty. It's very rare because they feel comfortable in their own position. But jealousy is a like a brutal cancer in the watch space. I noticed. I've never, in my whole life in the music industry, I would come across jealousy very, very little. Every now and then, but very little. Since I got into the watch game, I've discovered there are so many very envious, jealous, bitter men in their 40s and 50s. It's astonishing. 30s. It's astonishing. I'll never get my head around it. Jealousy in a child, I get, Little kids get jealous. His ice cream is bigger than my ice cream, Or some women can get jealous and I forgive them for it some of the time. This tall, skinny, gorgeous couple, look. Oh, to be tall and skinny and young. The world is your oyster. Yeah, I've spoken about jealousy plenty on the channel. Jealousy has ruined every relationship I've been in, pretty much. Not me, her. It will eat a relationship from the inside out. But yeah, like a little kid, like a little 8-year-old kid get jealous, That's understandable, but you would hope that as you mature, you get a hold of that emotion and grab it by the horns and drag that bull down, because otherwise it'll consume you. And I see a lot of fellas who watch my channel just full of it. It's like, Jesus. I don't know if it's the watches or the lifestyle or I don't know what it is. Or the fact that I have a full head of hair and they don't, or whatever. Whatever it is, they're fairly acid. Luke, $5. Is 5,250 US a good price for the Palm 514 brand new? Yes, that's around right. If it's brand new, yes. That's decent. You're paying probably a 500 premium there in dollars for the fact that it's brand new, and that might be worth it. And think of the watch you get for that money. It's amazing. Just make sure you have the wrist for it, man. Caro, posso chiedere un altro caffè, ma questa volta caldo? Caffè americano. Caffè americano. Sì, senza zucchero, grazie. Grazie. I have a full head of hair and a moon swatch. What else does a man need? People are just jealous you're doing something right. Yeah, probably. I don't know. You're supposed to grab that problem by the horns early in life, maybe in your late teens. Because everyone can experience jealousy, certainly. I think it's part of maturing, dealing with that. I think jealousy is a very embarrassing, very humiliating, embarrassing emotion to have. I don't think you should put it on display for everyone to see. If you do feel jealous, hide it. Do everything you can to hide it. Pretend it's not there. Grazie mille. Un po' di latte fresco. Pochettino, grazie. Always forget. 290 in the room. I wasn't expecting that. It's only 88 upvotes. That's weird. No, I'm just doing a short one here, out here on the water. There's a lot of breeze. I hope that's not messing stuff up. Nice atmosphere here. So good spots. There goes the Carabinieri on patrol. There's a big yacht down there. I wonder what that is. Like, that's a good example. A yacht. Do I get jealous when I see these guys on these $300 million yachts here? No. I take the name and the position. I look up Yacht Finder or whatever that app is, just to see who it is. Curious. It's usually public information. It's usually some sultan or something, some CEO. There's more people with their red ribbons getting off the 5.2. She has the bag. My daughter has that bag. They give that to you immediately. This guy just watched movies all day. There's a few more. Back from Lido. Looking all happy. Ugly lighter, sorry. I don't have my DuPont today. I had that yesterday. Last night I was on Tim's thing. Late. Chiara was on there. Chiara Nardo from CN Watches. I wasn't on when she was on. And they did a lovely interview. Compliments to Tim. And they did a wonderful chat. Lovely interview. Nice questions. Nice fellas. Miami Manny. Fucking gentleman. Sean. One of the best guys ever. Daniel Katz. Sweetheart. Chiara was lovely. She was doing her best to try to explain her. And Mike, of course. Aussie Mike, who's the wine expert. But I didn't want to interrupt, so I just waited till she was done and I went on the show. And we got talking with Sean about writing instruments, about beautiful pens. And he started pulling out his Mont Blancs and his Viscontis and stuff. Fucking, he knows so much about that stuff. And then we talked about lighters, because I was talking about my birthday coming up and should I get myself a gold DuPont or something. And he has tons of beautiful lighters. He was able to pull them out and compare. It was actually a really, really interesting conversation. You guys should go watch it. Or watch the front half with Chiara. There you go, Carlo. Chiara so sweet and knowledgeable about watches. Yeah, and art and history. And Patricia enjoyed it as well. Yeah, she's a nice person. Jealousy shouldn't be inherently bad or embarrassing. Acting on it can be like anger. Yeah, right. So it starts with the jealousy and then it turns into anger. That's the coping mechanism. True, very true. If anything, it should be kind of inspiring, you know? Like when I see these guys, I'll never own a big yacht like that. How would I ever earn that kind of money? I don't think that's ever in my future, but who knows? But it is inspiring to see these guys like who've made all that money. Mind you, you might be dealing with a dickhead. See the CEO, the Polish guy who stole the hat at the tennis. One of the, someone, I don't know which tennis player. He had just won the match. I'm not an expert on that stuff. But he's like signing autographs and he takes off his hat. He has a cap and he hands it to a little boy, kid. He must have been 12 years old. And the dude next to him just snatches it out of his hand and puts it in his bag. Well, the internet did what the internet does best. They found him, his company, what he does, who he is. Because it's horrible. And anyway, it's been a huge backlash now. This is only the past couple of days. It's been a huge backlash. And the guy himself released a statement about it on Twitter and it made it even worse. Because he's like, this should be a lesson for that young boy, you know. He was too slow and he lost, and in life you have to get ahead, and people are like, okay, but also there's such a thing as being an asshole. Like, you stole a kid's little hat, like, you're a dickhead. You're fucking a piece of shit, you know. You stole it, basically. So what? Is that the moral the kid's supposed to learn? Steal things that you want? There's such a thing as kindness and goodness, but I guess to this guy there isn't. That sometimes is the problem. You see a super uber wealthy guy and you wonder to yourself, you know, how many heads did he stand on to get where he is, you know? Perhaps he did. But who knows? Life is also uncomfortable as a human being. It's better just to get used to experiencing discomfort and be grateful. Yeah, please and thank you. You are right. Listen, I told you guys about this kid before. There's a kid who lives down the way. He must be 18. And I don't know what sort of bone condition he has, but he has a walker. And when he walks, he goes from side to side. He's probably got cerebral palsy or something. And it takes him like an hour to walk 100 meters. And he does it every day. He walks up and walks down. People say hello to him. I say hello to him. Manuel. And he has a smile on his face and he says hello to people in the best way he can, because he kind of yells it because he's clearly, you know, he's got severe disability. If that guy can keep a smile on his face, anyone can. You get upset just because you don't own a Royal Oak. Like, fuck off. Your legs work. A stroll to the cafe here or supermarket takes you 5 minutes. Takes that guy 2 hours or more. So count your blessings. Always. Or certain religious people might say that what happens to those people who don't appreciate the little things is they come back in the next life with those kind of disabilities to learn their lesson. It's a bit of a cruel way of looking at it, but who knows? Jack Nicholson in The Departed. No ticky, no laundry. Remember that line? I was like, oh my god. The Powerball is 1.8 billion. Oh boy. Imagine winning that kind of money. Whew. Shirt brand. This is Luigi Fusaro. It's from, or is it? I think so, yeah. I have about 10 of his shirts. Dark blue, a couple of dark blue ones, then medium turquoise, then light. This is the lightest one. I have 2 of these. I usually buy 2 of, when I find any item of clothing I like, I buy 2 if I can afford it. I don't buy 2 canali coats of the same. Actually, I did. I bought the camel one and in black, but they're different looking. Yeah, can you imagine winning that kind of money? Oof. It's like putting a target on your head. Like, how many people win that kind of money and don't wind up, as a severe drug addict or dead or depressed or something? There's more people getting off the boat with their tags, their passes. I can barely read. Take these off. I have to go soon as well. Please, thank you. I'd crash my jet ski into my yacht for sure. Okay. Simon, have you ever worn the same watch for the entire week? No. No. Maybe in Ireland when I was shooting Ireland and I was just wearing the gold one all the time. Just walking around Dublin with a gold watch on. It was crazy. No, I tend to switch it out. Keep it interesting. Good to be home, says Ray Ray. Pint settling. Back on the sauce again. Carl, I'm currently watching my 2 young sons play in the bath. That's fun. I'm wearing my Explorer 2. So I always had on. My second son was born. To appreciate. Yeah. For sure. Celeb got a Wimbledon date just from Rolex in Paris. Smooth bezel oyster bracelet. Okay. Pure understated class. Huge shout out to this community and fellow collectors. Congrats, man. Nice watch. Very nice. do 5 more minutes and then I'll split. Show you guys more of the view. Okay, dudes, finally got my first bottle of Select. See what else he said. Sorry, I lost that. It's a unicorn in Western Canada. Traditional spritz. You always get the same as listed on the bottle. Yes, that's it. That's it. Make it exactly that way. You don't want to drink Select by itself. It doesn't really work. Gotta spritz it. Nice light this evening. Okay, I better bolt. I have 3 daughters in college, says Top Dog. 2 in grad school. Well, lucky man. Will you watch the show about the Guinness family on Netflix, The House of Guinness? I think I will. I'll be curious. That'll be interesting. I think they were Ireland's first billionaires, right? Del Boy, buonasera fratelli. Let me know how it goes, Del Boy, with that watch place in Florence. May have to change your logo if the gray keeps coming. I know I look extra gray when I do these things from the phone. The phone has software that lightens up all the darks. I do have a lot of gray, there's no doubt. But when you see me in regular photos or on the lives on Friday or whatever, you'll notice there's a lot less gray. The phone makes me look very, very gray. But yeah, eventually I'll be all gray, I'm sure. That's fine. I've no problem with that. I tried, but remember a couple of months back, I put a little color into this to see if it was, because it's quite gray here. And I didn't like it. I was like, nah. That was the first time ever that I tried that. I didn't like it. Made me look a little too groomed. Changed the look. I prefer a bit of grey. Upvoted, says Sharon. Thank you. Gobbery, what's the plan for today's stream? Not much, man. I just did a short one while I was having some coffee. I've actually got a split. I have a video to work on tonight, so I'm just sitting in a different spot. So I figured, because I'm always showing you guys the same spot, you know, on the piazza, and this is a different spot completely. Very nice stretch here. A bit windy, but it's okay. September is a beautiful month. It's one of my favorite months of the year. Still windy, yeah. Grey is distinguishing, says Omega Fanboy. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm just saying that the phone exaggerates it. It does. That's not just me coping. You can see, if you just look at the regular videos with the real camera, you can see. I have some strong spots here. and then a little bit of pepper, salt around, but it's not as bad as the phone makes it out. Like right now, what you're looking at is very, very bright, but it's not as bright here. It's the phone is doing it. All right. So what's with that vermilion lighter? I know I want it. I really want it. But I don't know. There's no shame in going grey. Etten squib. No, there's no shame in aging. As Richard Gere said, do not regret aging. It's a privilege denied to many. And David Bowie said, aging is a wonderful thing. You finally become the person you should have always been. It's funny, they have MC, that's so weird. On the, I don't know if you can see it though. See the top, they have the different boats. The top one is called MC, which is short for Mostra Cinema. The Mostra Cinema, which is the cinema fest. There's more people getting off with their red ribbons, their passes. They just leave them on all day. They forget they have them on, I think. So I guess that that boat is only, they put on those extra boats just to bring people out to the... Because you may not know this, I'm sure a lot of you do, the Mostra Cinema is out on Lido. It's not here in Venice. It's out on a different island called Lido. Alright guys, I better split. I've got to go get my salad stuff and get working. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the super chats and the company. Congrats to those people who got new watches. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Ciao.